I am here today with a very special interview. It's a little bit different from what we normally do, which is very exciting. And I'm joined not by one guest, not even two, which we have done, but we have five guests in front of me. Let's just very, very rapidly run through the people we have in front of me. If we go from my left to my right, should we start with, yes, is that okay?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning, I'm Becks.
I'm Anna. I'm Elissa. I'm Isla.
And I'm Millie.
And you are going to be talking about Next Gen a little bit. We'll find out what that's about. We're going to be learning a bit about StreetFlow, which is the project that the younger members in front of me have been working with and being very discreet. But let's just start with you, Becks. Next Gen, which is, I guess, an umbrella help support organisation for this. Just give us a bit about what Next Gen is all about.
So Next Gen Leaders is a charity that works with young people across schools, predominantly in Yorkshire, and we help young people in schools to design their own projects that align with the United Nations SDGs. So that can be anything that they choose, and we don't tell them what to choose. It could be anything. It could be no poverty. It can be access to education. It can be combating climate change, anything that they fancy out of the United Nations SDGs. And we let them choose whatever project that they want to do, and we support them to get that project off the ground and find ways to make that project work, whether it's matching them with project partners or ideas, or we've recently given grant funding to help to some of those projects to get equipment to get them running and make a start. So everything that they do, we hope to have a community impact, and they can choose what their community is. So that community could be the people in their postcode area, it could be everybody in their city, it could be just the people in their school. It doesn't matter, provided that they are looking at ways of improving the community and having some sort of impact on bettering the lives of other people.
So we're going to move on to StreetFlow and what they're doing specifically, but can you give us a few ideas of specific projects that Next Gen have done, and where has it actually impacted that community?
Absolutely. So we had an amazing project last year where we were working in a school specifically with children who've got a diagnosis of autism. And that project, they decided that they didn't feel that they could access music venues or to go and watch concerts, because as much as there is a lot of disability awareness in terms of having toilet facilities, or there might be wheelchair facilities, there wasn't anything that they felt that would enable them to go to music concerts in case they felt overwhelmed. So they designed a safe space for venues that had one-way mirror, so that they could see a concert, but nobody could see them if they were feeling overwhelmed. And it had soft furnishings, it had PowerPoints for them to charge earphones if any of them had earphones, in case they were noise sensitive. And that they took their idea to actually, they started with football grounds, and 2 football grounds have now installed this safe space to enable young neurodivergent people to watch football matches without people witnessing them being overwhelmed. And they're in talks as well with a music venue to install this safe space for them there. So that's had, they said that they felt that their community was young neurodivergent individuals, and their impact has been on the access to like activities that young people would want to do that they felt that they couldn't access because of their neurodiversity. So that was an amazing project that's still ongoing now. We've got another one at the moment, which is a knife crime project, where the young people that have been working on that project, what they've done is they've created a safe word for people to go into local stores and speak to the staff there, so that they can be taken to a space to contact their families if they feel that they're unsafe on the street. They've also delivered training for like kind of self-defense in the local primary schools, and they've fundraised to put bleed kits into the local area, and they've taught primary school children how to use the bleed kits so that they can deal with anybody that's been a victim of a knife crime. If that happens, the same way that you might find a defib in the local street and you've got to put a passcode in to get into it. So their community, they've said, is people who feel unsafe in their postcode area, and they're trying to find ways of combating that. So every project is different, but we've got everything in between. We've got a school that's looking at books about bullying, so that anybody who's been excluded from school for being a bully, when they come back into school, instead of being put into isolation and being forced to write school rules, instead they're going to be given books where the main characters come around from being bullies to not being bullies, and they're going to use literature to combat bullying. There's all sorts of ideas, and the thing that we found is that the people that come up with these ideas are the young people. They're not the adults. The adults aren't the ones that are going, hey, I've got this great idea. Everything that we do is absolutely student-led. It's the students going, do you know what I think is a great idea? Let's do this. Do you know what I think would be brilliant? Let's do this. And they are absolutely leading the way on the way that they want to shape their world to be a better place.
I love some of that stuff because when I was at school, sixth form age, so was that 15, 18-ish, 16, 18, we did some stuff like that, and it was very much business orientated. But what I think we all felt at the time as the students in that school was, well, what's the point in this? We're just doing this for a way of filling some lessons. But what's really exciting about what Next Gen is doing is it isn't just about helping those students learn something. Yeah, that's great. But it's actually much more than that. It's applied learning that is changing lives. The knife stuff, sensory health is one of my things I'm really passionate about. So knowing you've got a space for somebody to go if they're overwhelmed. Football crowds, I mean, the amount of noise is immense. If you've got struggling with your audio processing, that's going to send you off the edge, and everyone will think, oh, they're violent or they're aggressive. Well, actually no, they're just unable to process. So that safe space is so cool, because it's more than here's a nice way of filling a lesson, learn about business for the future. This is actually making a real impact in people's lives, like you said, which is the whole point, which is great when you set to do something and actually, we can see this happening.
Yeah, it's absolutely amazing. And I think what I really want to kind of push forward on the young people that are working on this is it's not even part of a lesson. They're choosing to do this in their own time.
Wow.
The people that we're working with, they're not doing it as part of a business studies lesson. They're not doing it to fill some time in a gap somewhere. They're choosing to do these projects because they want to help, because they want to make a change and they want to make a difference. And when we say we're called Next Gen leaders, these are quite literally the leaders of the future, because they are giving up their time to make a difference to other people, and they're doing it in their time. They're not doing it as a project in maths or as a project in science. They're doing it at the moment as an extracurricular activity, or in their lunch times, or that they're finding ways to make sure that they can make a difference in their communities from their ideas. And I really think that that's something that we should definitely be celebrating, and it's something that we should be seeing everywhere. It's something that we should be seeing in every single school, that we've got these absolutely amazing young people who are leading the way on creating a better future for everybody.
Which is brilliant. Which takes us nicely into StreetFlow, which is what you four are here for. If you watch the video back later, you'll realize why I'm talking about 5 people, because I'm looking at 5 mostly smiling faces, slightly nervous, I think, perhaps, which is okay. But StreetFlow, right, Isla, let me come straight to you. Give me a really simple thing. What is StreetFlow all about?
We're a group of girls that make period packs that we give out to homeless charities in our local community that contain sanitary products to help ensure homeless women have access to hygiene necessities.
Cool. Okay. So that's the what. Then I need to ask, what's the why? Why did you come up with this project? And as Becks said, you're giving up your day in a way. So that's voluntary. So that's really cool and commendable. But why did you want to do this?
We chose to do it because this topic, as student leaders, that's how we got into it. We looked at SDG girls and picked ones that we felt were important to use as young girls in school. So
you've got the why, we've got the what. So you wanted to care for people who are particularly homeless. There's a real issue right now. It doesn't matter whether you've got a home or not, whether you've got money or not. This is an issue for women that they're going to have to deal with every day for quite a long time. So to help people in that way is really, really good. We've got the why, but let's look at more actually what's going on. What? Who do you want to point to next to give us an example of what we're actually talking about here? Who are you going to give us to?
We'll talk to Elissa.
Go on then, Elissa.
So what we've managed to do is we've given the packs that we've made through donations and grants, we've given them to Halifax Homeless Community Kitchen to hand out to women who come in if they need something, so that they can't just get food, but they can also get period products when they need it.
Okay, I mean it's a necessity in the life. Why is this happening? Not as much as it is, I don't know, but it's good that somebody is. Who do you want to go to next, Lila, to talk more about what you've been doing?
Millie.
Carl and Millie, what have you got?
So we've been we're just doing more about how we're trying to change the law of it all, so then premium products can become free, because you can get free I don't know what they're called, contraceptives.
Yep.
So why can't you get period things when you can't even help that?
Seems pretty logical. So how are you doing with the law then? Because obviously talking about government, talking about politics, how are you actually finding an ability to engage with, I guess, local MP, councillors, government? How are you trying to change the law?
We're trying to get in touch with the MP so we can have a meeting with them to see what we can do to help.
Fab. Well, don't give up. Keep going. They need to talk to you. It's important. So we're getting more of a flavour now of what it is you're doing, and we're missing Anna. Anna, what is your part to play in all of this?
I was the social media manager. Well, I still am, and I managed putting everything that we learn in when we'd meet up after school with Becks, and when we do our research, and I'd put it all on our Instagram, which is called StreetFlow TAH.
StreetFlow TAH.
Yeah.
Okay, that's on Instagram. TAH, what's that bit?
Trinity Academy Halifax.
That would make sense.
Yeah,
That's the school you're at. Okay, yeah. So I know you need to watch the video later. There was I saw a green man. I was being a bit silly, but you got a little green turtle. Just tell us about the turtle. Why is there a green turtle on the desk in front of you?
It's our little mascot.
We all love a mascot. Has he got a name, or has she got a name? Tiny. That's fine. If you want to see the little green turtle, then you need to look at the video when that comes out as well, which is being held up for you at the moment. See, that is properly cute. Is it squishy or is it hard? Looks squishy from here.
Yeah.
Okay, we've got a squishy tiny turtle. Cool, Tiny. Okay. Now, if I remember rightly, you've got a little bag to help us to understand what it is that you're giving away to these homeless. Is it a homeless a soup kitchen you say you were going to?
It's a homeless community kitchen, so
Okay.
It's people who you can volunteer and work there, and they run every Sunday outside our local bus stop, bus station.
That's fine. So you've now got a bag. Now, with the wonders of radio, we need to describe as best we can. So I'm looking at sort of a cube kind of box bag, and is this one of the examples of what you're giving away?
Yeah.
Okay, so just talk us through what you're looking at right now.
So it's a recycled bag. So we got them off my group. They did got different patterns of this one material, and they made little packs out of them because it's reusable.
Okay, and then it's a zipped little cube. I'm guessing what's that, about 8 centimeters cubed ish, something like that. Okay, what's inside then? You're opening the zip. Let's have a look inside. Tell us what they're going to find.
Reusable pads.
Okay.
A moon cup.
Yep.
From Ancestors.
Yep. Okay. Have they given you some of those, or is it you've got a grant to buy some? How did that work?
Yeah, so Asda set us up with Ancestors, and they gave us a bunch of free period products to include in our packs.
They also gave us some pads.
Yeah. Okay.
And some tampons.
Okay. So there's quite a lot in that little bag then.
Yeah.
Cool.
We got a bag so you can, in case you don't have anywhere to clean it yet, you can put them in the bag so they don't get the rest of the bag dirty.
Okay. Is that everything out of the bag, or is there more in there? It's like a little TARDIS, that thing.
There's some wipes.
Yep.
Which you can flush down the toilet.
Okay, flushable wipes, always good.
Yeah, because they're reusable for the environment.
Yeah.
And then we have this little information pack which tells them a bit more about us and what we're doing with the community.
Brilliant. So there's an awful lot in there. I'm guessing. So you're at this place community kitchen, somebody comes along and says, have you got anything for me? How do they know that they can get something like this kit from you? How is the community kitchen saying, we've got some StreetFlow bags, you need one? How have you got to the women to know about you? You can go for it, don't worry. I'm not bothered who talks.
So we've been working with Halifax Homeless Community Kitchen for a while. They've worked with our school as well. And lots of homeless people in the community know about Halifax Homeless Community Kitchen, and they also give out like free bags with like blankets and stuff in, and including in those bags, we've also got our bags with them, so they will get them. Cool.
So it's something that the community kitchen is just giving away. So that's an easy way, isn't it? Okay, do you need this? Here's a blanket. Do you need this? Here's a coat or whatever. You're going to have all StreetFlow bag. I'm kind of impressed how much you squished into that little bag. And I like the little touches for the environment, which is always very important. So flushable wipes, always good. And the reusable material, which is, looking at it from me, for if you're listening on the radio, it's kind of a dark blue, light blue sort of thing going on, the box. So it's quite discreet. It's quite nice. It's not in any way obvious what it is, which is quite good. Discreet is good. With discreet can be very, very good. What are you hoping this project to actually do? Have you got, like, we want to help 50 women or 100 women? Have you got kind of aspirations of where you want this to end up?
So we want to make a start and help most women in our local community. But if we could like get it to other areas, that would be great as well.
Okay, so it's not just we want to help our own little Halifax area, not that Halifax is small, but you actually do have aspirations of helping more, which is brilliant. Coming back to you, Anna, what is it you've enjoyed about this project? Because you started from nothing. I guess you had an idea, and then from that idea, well, we could do this, and then you start adding in bits and pieces, and you finish with this amazing little kit of stuff that you can give out. But what is it you've really enjoyed about being a part of this project? What are you learning? What is it helping you with?
I've really enjoyed like being able to reach out to other people. Like, for example, we've reached out to our local library to be able to distribute our packs to them. I think they have answered. But sort of, we're waiting for them to answer.
It takes time.
Yeah, exactly. And we've reached out to loads of other people, like Freedom for Girls, and it's just been really nice knowing that there's other like projects that are passionate in the same thing as us,
which is always good. Elissa, what are you enjoying? Is this something you think, well, I'd like to go and work at the community kitchen when I'm a bit older? Is it leading some of your interests and passions for future life?
Like, I've managed to learn about new things, so that's given me like more options of what I could do later on, and I think it's definitely inspired me.
Brilliant. And then Millie, what have you enjoyed? Because you're the person with the little bag. I mean, was that more of your passion? You're holding it, so I'm just making a wild assumption. But was that more of your leading?
I don't know. We did it a lot as a group. Like, we did a lot of it all like together. We planned it all and like designed it all. Like, it wasn't just one person did one thing. We all kind of came together and did it all as like a big group, as a team.
Was that something you were enjoying? Just the sort of the collaboration, working together in a group?
Yeah, because like we're all friends and we've made like new friends from it. Yeah.
Brilliant. And then finishing with you then, Isla, you've gone from a project where it's nothing and then you have something. And I love, it's a bit of a risk. Is this going to work? Is people going to want this? Are we going to get it right? What's something that you're especially happy about? As you look at the bag in front of you and your little tiny turtle, what is it you're happy about with the project that you've now got?
I'm really happy that so many like different brands and different companies have helped us along the way, because we started off with nothing and then we did a grant, and it's all to do with the environment, and it's all, lots of the things we use are reusable, and it's just really good because we're really helping people.
Well, helping people is always a good thing. I always say this to lots of my guests, that in the world we can look around, we can get a bit scared, we can get a bit frightened, the world can look a bit dark and a bit dangerous. But you know what? We can all do something. And if we each did something, however small that might be, all those little somethings add up to quite a big thing. And I've got 4 young women in front of me with an amazing kit that you've put together. four little somethings in a sense, but actually what you've done is created something quite amazing, which is transforming lives of other people. Is there anything you wanted to add into what you've said? Have I missed off any questions for you?
I'm going to add.
Go on.
Actually, how proud I am of this group of young people, that they've worked so hard, and this isn't the first year they've worked on it. They had the option of, saying, "Oh, we've got so much going on with our schoolwork, we could drop this project," but they're really, really passionate about what they're doing. And this year they wanted to explore other ways that they could help. So they made their pack of cards that had diagrams of how to use the products,
yep,
so that anybody who had low literacy could understand how to use the products without having to use words. They've tried other outreach ways of contacting people, whether it's through the library rather than the homeless kitchen. They've reached out this year to the Street Angels through Paul Blakey to try to find other avenues for distribution, and through new partners. They've contacted the Menstrual Health Project this year to try to find new ways. They've recontacted my group to find if there's new ways that they can have. They can work with the textiles team to create some new bags so that they've got more things to distribute, because everything that they've made, the bags are made from, so my group is, they're a recycling company based in Hull. So the bags are made from recycled fabric, and they're wipe clean. So if somebody's on the streets and they're in a situation where they can't keep things dry, they will keep dry. So they're made with wipe clean fabric, but they're made from repurposed fabric. So everything they're looking at, they're trying to find new ways of doing things and taking it up a level each year. And I think, and their lead member of staff, Ruth Walker, has guided them so nicely through everything that they're doing. And, as a group of young people with excellent guidance, they've just worked fantastically. And I think that the pride that there is in the work that they've done, I cannot speak highly enough of them. And I'm sure that their lead teacher and their school staff feel exactly the same.
That sense of pride, I think, is justified. I'm looking at this through a computer screen onto a desk. I'm seeing stuff. I'm nearly 50. I'm very conscious of how stuff like this can be swept under the carpet. We can think, well, we don't want to talk about that. It's a little bit difficult. And some of those taboo subjects, actually, it's part of everyday life. Pretty much every other person, male or female, that's it. So this is going to affect half the globe, so this is not a small issue. And if you've got money and you've got finance and you're in a really great situation, then probably this isn't something you even ever consider about. You pop down to the shop, you get what you need. That's it, sorted. But actually, if you don't have money and you don't have an education, you can't read, and there are plenty of people who are on the streets who have got poor literacy or whatever, then actually things like the diagram, it's those little bits, which is my little bit of pride for you, and the little bits like the cards, that's so important, because it's not, here's a bunch of stuff, off you go. That's not helpful to a lot of people. We'll help some, but not all. But actually, we want to think about you if you're in a really poor state, if you're struggling mentally, if you can't read, then actually trying to follow a set of instructions on a small box because you haven't got glasses, because you're on the street now, you can't see anything. Actually, a diagram, picture paints 1,000 words. So that little card thing, that's a real thumbs up from me, because it's so important that we don't just help a small number of people, and it's really great. I've really enjoyed when Paul first came to me and said, "Can you interview these guys?" I said, "Yeah, absolutely, no problem. We'll do an interview." I've really enjoyed learning about what it is you're doing. But I'll tell you what I like is the fact you're working together, which is really, really important. I don't know whereabouts you are in school age, but is this something you're going to want to do for another year?
Yeah, we've been working on this since year 7 and we're in year 9 now.
Okay.
So we've been working on it for quite a while and we've got really far. We've contacted our local MP and we're waiting for her to hear back. So we're really hoping that we can take this to further.
Well, tell the MP you've just spoken to an international radio station and done an interview. Maybe that'll help. Andy B said so. Right. Thank you for what you've done. It's really great that you're looking after people, that you're looking outwards, because it's really easy. I remember in school, we thought about what we were doing, get exams, maybe university and get a job and all that, which is all very well. But there's much more to a life than that. And it's the colour of life which makes it better. And that's what I'm seeing in front of me. You're actually trying to colour people's lives, take out some of the grey, take out some of the dull, the difficulty, and try and remove some of those strains. I once heard somebody say, a lot of people look at people who have poor nutrition. Oh, well, they're making really poor life decisions. Well, yes, they probably are. Probably because the brain's hungry. It's not getting nutrition. Therefore, they're making poor choices. Well, not so much poor choices. They're not able to make good choices, which is a whole different thing from making a bad mistake and not being able to make a good choice. And what you're providing is taking away some of the stress and the strain that enables people to hopefully make better choices, because there's one more big thing out of the way. So commendable for what you're doing. Big thumbs up from me. Thank you. What's one thing you're going to take away from this, Millie? What you most enjoyed?
Being a group and being a team.
Cool. Isla?
I've really enjoyed like learning more, because there's so many brands out there and companies that are really helping our community, and they're doing it so like under the radar that not many people know about.
Very good. Elissa?
Just like same as Millie, working together, but also helping other people.
Okay, let's finish with you then, Anna.
I mean, honestly, I'd have to say the same thing. I just really enjoyed helping people, like knowing that I've made an impact in the community.
Which is really brilliant. Becks, what's one thing you're going to take away that you can encourage these girls to do?
Actually, I'm not sure this encourages you to do anything, but the thing that I take away is, as my job, I get to meet incredible young people who are our future, and it makes me genuinely believe we've got so much good in our future, and that's really nice. Because you could imagine watching the news or reading the papers that there's nothing nice going on, but I get every day to work with our future, and it makes me see that we've got so much good coming up.
I want to come back to you girls just one more time, but Becks, if people want to find out more about Next Gen, have you got a website they can come and inquire more?
Absolutely have. So it's nextgenleaders.org. Come and find us, or find us on LinkedIn. As well, or on our Instagram, or we've got a parent organisation which works in universities, and that's called Enactus, which is an entrepreneurial action. So Enactus, and we're in lots of universities, and we've got lots of massive projects going on there as well. So come and look us up, see what we've got going on. We'd love to hear from you. Like I say, we're in lots and lots of different places. Come and get involved.
Cool. Now, we haven't practiced this or rehearsed this, but do you think as one group, the four of you, could give us your Instagram handle? We'll have a go. We'll see how it works. But I'd like to finish on the website, so you've got an Instagram. So StreetFlow TAH. Do you want to try and do that as one? If I give you a little countdown, is that all right?
Yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
StreetFlow TAH.
Spot on. Thank you. And Elissa, Isla and Millie and Becks from Next Gen, thank you for your time today. It's been great learning about what you're doing, and I hope it goes from strength to strength. Bye for now.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Andy. Thanks.